And I'm like, and you go, oh
No. Peer pressure is...
You grab them, squeeze them, and yank them.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Cozy Talk.
And today we are going to be talking about peer pressures. And that could just be like a range of peer pressures as well. So we're talking about like, I think is it sex,
Smoking,
drugs and alcohol,
bullying
and criminal activity.
So people are often influenced by the people around them and what they're doing, and peer pressure is usually happens when we're persuaded to do things by other people, and sometimes of it is a good thing. Yeah, peer pressure is a good thing, you know, it allows us to step out of our comfort zone for good reasons, but
and being encouraging
as
well.
Yeah, but for the vast majority of time usually it's to do things that we're not necessarily comfortable with doing. And in this video we want to help people how to say no, how to help people stay true to themselves and to deal with things in the right way.
First one we're going to start off with is smoking. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to give Jodie a scenario. No, she hasn't seen any of these scenarios that I've made up, and then you're going to give me a scenario, and then we're going to answer about how we would deal with it. First one I've got for smoking. So you are at the park with your friend and she starts to smoke. She offers you one and you say no. She then says to you that if you didn't have one, that she wouldn't be your friend anymore. What would you do?
I think sometimes when you're having to choose between your friends and your friendships, or doing things that you're uncomfortable with doing, sometimes it's a good idea to sort of turn it back onto that person and see why are they choosing to smoke. Is it because of stress? Is it because of you know, they're coping with it for another reason? And actually offer your support with that. But I think it's really important to be honest with that person about why you don't want to smoke. Is it because that it, you know, it does make you feel uncomfortable, or is it because you're worried about the effects that it's going to have on your body, on, you know, on the long term or on the short term basis even. You know, be open and honest about it, and even if they still continue to encourage you or threaten to end that friendship that you have with that person, then I think you need to actually think about, you know, the friendship that you have with that person.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, you know, is it a true friendship? So my scenario for you.
I'm ready.
Okay, so you started smoking with your friends because everyone else was doing it and it helped you to fit in, right? You now want to try and stop smoking, but your friends don't want you to stop. What would you do?
Maybe say to them why I'm stopping smoking, like you said before. In the other one I'd say, well actually I'm conscious about my health, I'm trying to take care of my body, I'm going to start eating healthier, I'm going to stop smoking, I'm going to drink less, you know, make it more of like a lifestyle change. To say like, you know, I'm trying to benefit my health and actually
help people to understand.
Just helping people to understand it as well. And also as well, if they're not actually supporting you in that, then, you know, maybe start to distance yourself a little bit from them, because if whenever you go around them, you know, like if that was Jodie, for example, trying to quit smoking, I'll be doing everything that I could to help her quit. So yeah, that's what I would do personally. And if they still don't agree with it and they're still trying to push you, then I'll just say to them, look, this is a choice that I am making and it is going to happen. So I will do it with your support, without your support. So that's what I would do.
The next thing that we'll talk about is drugs and alcohol. So my scenario for you, you're at a house party and you've been drinking with your friends. You promised your parents that you weren't going to drink underage, but you're now relying on your parents to get you home. What would you do?
First of all, I would be honest with their parents, because you're not going to hide the fact that you are completely shit-faced. You know, you're not going to be able to hide it. Like, trust me, you will not hide it. They'll know. And like, I would just say to him, do you know what, I know I promised you that I wouldn't drink, but I have had quite a bit to drink, and I'm really sorry for that.
And they might be initially disappointed,
they will,
annoyed,
their parents,
but they'll actually value
your honesty more than your lying. So you could either lie to them, but they'll be able to suss you out anyway because they know you've had a drink, or you can just be honest with them. And you might have consequences afterwards, but you would have had more consequences and got in a lot more trouble if you'd have lied about it. So just be honest with it.
If you want to drink alcohol, then make sure it's in a place where you feel safe to do that, and make sure that you know your limits, and you know when you think you're having a bit too much, surround yourself with people that you trust.
We're not saying to you, like, you know, you mustn't drink until you're 18. Like, we've all done it. We didn't start drinking. You know, I didn't have my first drink when I was 18. But it's more of a case of think about where and when you're doing it. Like, if you're going down to the park with your mates, like drinking a litre of vodka, that's not right. If you're at a party with the family and, like, you know, your dad offers you a beer or something like that, where you're in a safe place with, like, your family. I'm not talking about getting completely, you know, blottoed and things, but, you know, have a drink with your Christmas dinner. Like, no one's saying that you can't, but like Jodie said, it's knowing your limits and actually surrounding your being in a safe environment with your family, you know, being able to do that and to enjoy it, like to enjoy yourself with a drink, not drinking to enjoy yourself. Right, so my scenario for you is you're at a party with people from school and there are lots of people there. You see that your friends are smoking weed with some of the boys in the year above, and your friends keep pressuring you to smoke. You keep saying no, and then they start to get very angry with you. What do you do?
I think if it got to the point where they were starting to get angry with me, I think I would just leave. I would just leave and remove myself from the situation if they're not gonna, if they're gonna pressure me into that, into taking drugs that I've expressed to them I'm not comfortable with doing, and they're continuing to do that.
Remove yourself from the situation. That's the best thing. Know your own mind and know what you know is right and wrong.
Yeah, that's it. And if they come back the next day and say, you know, why did you leave? Again, just be honest and just say, you know, I didn't feel comfortable.
Right, so this one is about sex. So, right, Jodie, you have been seeing a boy for a month and you are in bed watching TV and he tries it on with you and you don't feel ready and you start to feel very uncomfortable. You're not really sure about how to cope with this or whether to just go along with it because he wants it. What do you do?
I think if I was in that situation, I would just be honest with that person. And again, it's going back to that gut instinct and that gut feeling. If it doesn't sit comfortably with you, then that's okay. And I think just be honest with him, and I would just say, you know, I'm really sorry, we've only been together a month, you know, I'd like to get to know you a little bit better before we start doing those things. And I think it's quite, in that situation, I would tell that person that, you know, that there will come a time, or there might be a time where I feel ready to.
You'll know when you feel ready as well. It will just happen. It will just happen. Like, you might feel a bit nervous and stuff, but it will happen naturally.
You'll feel more comfortable with it, and you feel like it's the right thing to do. But if at this point in time it's not, it's okay to say that. If this person was to ignore that and was just to, you know, keep going, again, I would just reiterate that, you know, this is making me feel really uncomfortable, I want you to stop. Just then remove yourself from that situation and make sure that you're safe, because if this person was still trying to pursue those things when they know that you're uncomfortable with it, and you've made that very clear, then again you need to question the sort of character that that person has and whether do they actually respect you. You say no and you say no and you keep and that means no. Say no, and that will always mean no. Don't doubt yourself. No. Don't doubt yourself just because they might make you doubt yourself. If you were in that situation and you were thinking about in your head, you know, should I have sex with this person? Should I carry on? Think about the true reason why you're doing it. Is it because you want to get it over with? Is it because you want to stop people asking you all the time at school, have you done it, have you done it? All those reasons are not good enough reasons. Just know why you're wanting to do it and make sure that it's for the right reason. Make sure you want to do it. If you want to do it, fine. And it's for you, not to please everybody else. No. You have sex with your boyfriend and it's not until afterwards that you realise that it maybe wasn't the right thing to do. He then tries to pressure you into having sex again, and when you tell him that you don't want to, he says, well, we've had sex before, why are you turning me down now? Oh, right, okay. I think after I felt uncomfortable with it, I would have spoken to him about it. I would have said to him, like, actually, I don't think I was ready yet. I know that we did it, but it made me feel very uncomfortable and I just didn't feel ready for that yet. And I think if he then tries to do it again, I would say, do you know what, I found that time actually quite difficult and I don't feel like I was ready, and do you know what, I just went along with it because I thought I wanted it, and it turns out that I didn't, and actually I'm not ready for that yet. The right person that you're with would say to you, do you know what, I'm really sorry that made you feel uncomfortable. You should have said something to me first. We'll do it when you're ready. That's the response that you should get. You should be in a position to, you know, give your body because you want to, not for someone just to take it.
and that's the difference, I think.
Yeah, I think in that particular scenario as well, I think you've got to appreciate that it could confuse your partner a little bit, but by being open and honest about it, help them to understand why you're feeling that way, but also to help them to see, you know, if it is a loving relationship and you want it to continue, you know, just say to them, you know, the things that you think that will help you feel ready in the future, how it will be more comfortable next time. Talk about those things. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is bullying and feeling pressured into bullying. So my scenario for you, Chelsea, about bullying is while walking home from school, you witness a physical fight and your friend is begging you to record it with your mobile phone because she thinks it will be funny to show around. What do you do? Personally,
if that was me, and I'll put myself, if that was you, if you said to me, I'd just be like, no, I don't feel comfortable with this. I don't want to record it. It's not something that I enjoy watching. If she continued to persist me to do it, I would walk away from her. If the fight got very serious, I would maybe knock on someone's door, because I wouldn't break the fight up myself, because I just wouldn't. It's putting yourself in a very dangerous situation, so that's the wrong way to go about it. But maybe I would knock on somebody's door and I would say to them, look, you know, there's two people fighting, so can you help me please? I don't like seeing people fight, it's awful. I'd feel like I'd just want to stop it, but regardless of my friend, I would just say, no, that's not something that I would enjoy watching, and I wouldn't want to be sending this out anywhere.
There's a knack of turning it, you know, back onto that person. There is a knack into it. You know, they're trying to put you in a difficult situation. Well, turn it around a little bit, put them in a difficult situation. You know, it's okay to do that. Challenge them a little bit.
Remove yourself from drama. There's no, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it.
Life's so much better without the drama.
Yeah. So yes, my one for you with bullying. Right. This is quite a different one actually. Jodie kind of took bullying from a different perspective, and now I'm going to take it from another angle, because bullying can manifest itself in loads of different ways. So I'm going to say you're in class and a group of people in your class have recently been bullying you for over a month about how smart you are, and they keep calling you a teacher's pet when you put your hand up to answer questions in class. Your teacher then asks a question which you know the answer to. You see that the bullies are ready to make a comment. What do you do?
There's a part of me that probably wouldn't want to put my hand up, because I think that's triggering that bullying behaviour. So I think, you know, oh, that's so hard, but why shouldn't I put my hand up? Why can't I put my hand up?
There we go!
I think, you know, if I really wanted to do that, I would just turn around and I'd just say, do you know what? I don't care. I do not care. And yes, you know, you do what you've got to do, and if you enjoy your classes and you enjoy yourself being challenged mentally and you like being asked questions and you like to answer them, then that's fine. Don't let other people dictate to you what you can and can't do in your own education. You know, it is what you put in, you get out of it what you put into it, essentially. What I would do is I would actually be a little bit crafty and use that as an opportunity for the teachers to recognise that there is bullying going on. So I would you know, just carry on with what I'm doing, and you know, stick my hand up, and if I hear these comments, I'll just say, do you know what, I don't care what you say about me, you can say it as much as you like, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna affect me. And I think that would then trigger a little bit of a for the teachers to notice that something else is going on, and then you've got another pair of eyes going on in the situation.
Flip it back round onto them again.
Yeah, exactly, make them feel silly about it. It just made me think that there could be another way that I would deal with it, and actually it would just be to just carry on as if they're not there, because I think some people are, you know, people are only given power if you respond to them, and I think if you don't react to their comments, if you don't respond to them, you know, they're powerless. You know, they only feel good when they get a response from you, even if it is a negative one. That's what they're doing it for. And if you feel really uncomfortable about the, you know, the environment in the classroom, then talk to somebody about it. And there might be things that they can do to just make your experience a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, any form of bullying, talk to somebody about it. Mum, dad, teacher, whatever, talk to somebody about it, because it's not okay, and you don't need to put up with it. You really don't. So if you've been putting up with it for over a month, you don't even need to put up with it that long. You know, talk to somebody, get it sorted, and then you can go into whatever classroom and just feel comfortable. Right, so the last one. Right, the last one is criminal activity. Right, so Jodie, you want to get into the popular group at school. So they ask you to meet them in town on Saturday. You're really excited. You meet them outside a shop and they tell you that in order to get into their group, you've got to steal something from that shop. what would you do?
I would just say, okay, why do you want me to do that? And I think, again, when you put the ball back in their corner, a lot of the time they probably don't know why, you know, they want you to do it. It's just something that they've just thought as being a cool thing to do, which it's not. And yeah, I would just say, why do you want me to do that? Why do I have to do that in order to be part of your group? And if, again, they're insistent, I wouldn't want to be part of their group anyway, if that's the sort of behaviour that they want to, you know, to do. I think, you know, just leave. And these little things that, you know, just stealing something from a shop, if they make it out to seem as it's a really, you know, small,
yeah, like a minor thing
to do, it's still against the law. And, you know, these are things that, you know, people might not realise that can have a massive impact on their future. Mine's quite a similar scenario, really. You and your friend are in a store looking at makeup, which is worth a lot of money and you can't afford it. She slips one item into her pocket and encourages you to do the same. What do you do?
If me and you were intent and like you ended up doing it, I'd say, and you said to me, I'd be like, no, if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but I don't think what you're doing is right. Yeah. And I'd try and encourage you not to do it as well.
Yeah, that's what I would.
But then I would also think, if she wasn't listening to me, I'd think, okay, that's fine. But if we go and walk out of the shop and you get caught, then they can search me all they want. But yeah, I would just say again, no, that's not my style, that's not what I do. I know it's illegal, I know it's wrong. I really don't think you should be doing it either, because you'll probably get caught. Yeah. If she was adamant that that's what she was going to do, fine, that's you. If it's your choice, you get caught, and then that's not going to affect you then, because you've got nothing.
And I think if they're a really good friend of yours and you do really care for that person, I think there are ways that you would communicate with that person really sensitively about, you know, that's not the right thing to do. What makes you think that that's acceptable thing to do? You know, what is triggering that behaviour? You know, sort of delve a little bit deeper for your friend. Right,
so we've done all of our scenarios now, and we hope that it helped you, like, just gain like a bit of insight about what to do. And we just want to kind of round it up with just like a few, you know, just like suggestions and things, just because we've covered a lot. But yeah, I think the main thing that I want to get across is saying no doesn't mean that you're a wimp, or, you know, it doesn't make you, it doesn't make you, to be honest, it makes you cool by not doing it. And I think if you listen deep down into your gut, you know what your morals are too, and listen to them. And if the people around you don't respect it, that's fine, but actually this is my choice, and I have a choice, and I have a voice, and I don't feel this is uncomfortable, and just don't do it. Don't do it.
I think it all comes down to making an informed choice. If you know that if for example, that if you started smoking, if you know that you know, it can increase your risk of lung cancer, for example, or if you know that it can have a really bad impact on your health in other ways, or the financial constraints that it can have, you know, they're expensive. If you knew all of that properly, you'd probably be less inclined to do it in the first place. So
it's almost like taking a step back and stop and think.
Isn't it? Definitely. And you'll feel more of it. It might not feel like it initially. You might feel like the weak one. You might feel like the less cool one if you're not doing what everybody else is doing. But I read something recently that said that wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it, and right is right, even if no one is doing it. And just keep that in mind. I think I'd keep that in the back of my head if I was ever sort of pressured into these decisions.
Now. Do it again. I'm waffling now. I don't need to say anything else.
I think you're done.
I'm done.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm done. I've said all that I need to say.
I hope you enjoy this video, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Bye.